I want to talk now about a fundamental of capability. A fundamental of capability in driving a business forward is to cope with these growth stages, 5, 10, 50, 100, 200. And the business fundamentally changes as you move from out of the garage to a small premise to multiple customers, multiple products, multiple locations, multiple legal jurisdictions. And the knowledge you need and the people you need and the skills you need change over time. Some people are able to go on the journey, a lot of people aren't. So one of the fundamental issues we deal with in growth is that not everybody can go on the journey. And we need to acknowledge that. And some people need to move out and other people need to move in. Also, as we grow, there are different problems that we confront of different levels of complexity. And you can't always learn them yourself on the job. Sometimes you need to bring in knowledge from outside, whether that's in a board of advisors or consultants or recruiting people. But developing a team that can go the distance, that has been there, understands where we're going, that has the knowledge components that will get us there, that understands how to manage risks as well as growth is pretty important, that has the networks that enable us to recruit people, that can connect well to customers or to suppliers or inside a team is pretty important. This is one of the biggest impediments to growth. We start with something which is really interesting. If we go back to Edith Penrose talked about an organisational inhibitor to growth was micromanagement. So if I, as a frontline person, confront a problem, I need to take it to my supervisor, who needs to take it to their manager, who needs to take it to the boss. I have a decision time which gets progressively slower as the organisation gets bigger. That is a fundamental inhibitor to growth. And remember, this is back in the 50s. And she talked about values-based organisations as being lubricants to higher growth. So, as we establish a strong set of common values within our organisation that align to our vision and who we want to be and where we want to go, individuals at all levels of the organisation can test a decision against the values. If everyone would make the same decision based on the values, we can empower people further down the organisation because we're not at risk. So the more that we can empower people to make decisions around a common set of values, this is what we would all do in this situation, that is a fundamental aspect of driving growth. So having a clear set of business values that everyone accepts, that everyone understands how to use, and that aligns with who you are and what you want to, where you want to go, is part of the management problem of driving growth. Do we have clear job descriptions and clear expectations? Do we have a clear set of required outcomes with responsibility and accountability for every person in the organisation? Do we have a succession plan in place? Do we have an organisation where people think this is a fantastic place to work? I wouldn't want to work anywhere else. Tough one, but in fact it is possible to create that. So here's your actions. Get the values sorted out. Actually, the fascinating thing about good sets of values is they have to help to explain who you are. Now, I'm not talking about the values like we are trustworthy and with great integrity. Hey, get down to some fundamental ones around the relationship between you and the customer, about you and the people inside your organisation, about you and the people who are your stakeholders, okay? And don't make them so generic that they can't action decision making. That's pretty good. Accountability, responsibility, work on the business, not in the business, so give yourself some space where you can do that. Tap into some good people, mentors, advisors, if you've got a board of directors, and acknowledge that you're not good at everything, and use good service providers, because actually not only if they've been there and done it lots, They're very good for advice, but they're also very good at risk mitigation.